What's good with YouTube? You already know. Big Flacco with the Convicts Reaction, where I smash, dash, and react. Please hit the like, subscribe, comment, do all those things to help support this channel, and hit that bell notification for future bio reactions. As you guys can already tell by the thumbnail, right? I'm going to react to Chito Rana's, right? I actually went through and started listening to a lot of his music really for the first time ever. Okay, and I watched some of his interviews, man, and hey, even though he's from what I would call traditionally an opposition side, right? An op. When you watch videos like that, you start to see similarities, right? As far as in the life that they live, where they're from. And I see that in all these rappers, right? The only time it really starts to get a little bit cloudy is when people start to diss people based upon their geographical locations. But I can listen to any of these cats, Chito Ranas, Rowdy Rax, all these cats, Young Dopey, and I can relate to where they come from as far as just on a general basis. The way they act, the way they talk, just because they're affiliated with the other side that I used to be at odds with. I see a lot more similarities than differences from time to time. Okay, now I went back and I listened to Chito Ranas' raps, and I'm gonna sit there and say this right now: the best Southside rapper that there is happens to be from Northern California, because that boy can fucking flow right there, man. As much hate as people may have towards him, I've seen people talk about him, set foot in Sacramento, see what happens, and all this, right? You guys cannot deny that the dude can fucking drop fucking heat. He does spit some fire, right? And that's being transparent. If you're a transparent individual, even when it's the opposition or your former opposition, you're always going to keep it 100. Chito got gas. That dude got bars all day, okay? He shits on Lefty Gunplay all fucking day. I'll tell you that right now. All day. And I see now where a lot of rappers have tried to copycat him. Because he got that Northern California swag. Even though he's an upstate Southsider, Sureño, he got that fucking swag. And it seems like the only people that are really holding him back from reaching success is the people from down south, right? Because he raps better than most of those cats. I mean, I think he raps better than all of them. The only one I could sit there and say that I say can rap on an equal level or better would be Rowdy Rax. But Chito Ranas, man, like I said, that boy goes. He goes most definitely, man. Now, I don't like the track that he did it with dissing Little Ties, right? I don't like the fact of the chain situation, right? But that's neither here nor there. I could tell that whatever would happen to him in the county jail this recent time, you kind of could tell it changed him. Last time he was out, man, he was, speaking from an emotional standpoint everywhere he was at. And that takes a lot, man, of balls to do so, especially in social media, because, look, people tear you down when you do that. Sometimes when you start to speak your emotions and how you feel, people are going to use that against you every time. Last time, like I said, right, there was a lot of stuff he put out there, man, and I didn't like what Mr. Criminal did when he did that interview, when Homeboy was talking to him. I know Mr. Criminal has that attitude like, you know what, I'm no one to tell anybody what to do and this and that, right? But I think he should have ended that podcast and just talked to the homie that one time, right? But I'm glad to see that him as a human being, talk with his head on straight, Apparently, whatever he was going through in the county jail and doing that little time he just did, it seems like it was good for him. It seems like he has a, different mission for himself and his family. The dude's been through a lot, just like a lot of us. And when he was out last time, I don't think he knew how to deal with it. As we all know, he's had addiction issues, but hopefully he could stay the course and continue to do what he plans on doing, because I was shocked when I put on some of his tracks, his music. I didn't look at him as an upstate Southside. I looked at him more as a rapper, because I blocked all that out. Because sometimes, man, like, we get influenced by where somebody's from or what they represent, and we don't listen to, like, the bars that they're spitting, the music that they're producing, and that kind of can have you have kind of a biased opinion on a rapper. And in doing so, man, Chito got some fucking heat, man. I'll tell you that right now. And I think his biggest obstacle is that he's a Southside rapper. And I think a lot of other Southside rappers don't necessarily want to give him the props or, look at him as one of the top ones that there is. I don't see too many rappers from down south that got better bars for bars than Chito Rana's. Rowdy Rex is the only other one that, like, when I hear them rap, they're on that level. They got skills. They could do different things. He could rap in English, Spanish. He could change his tone and what you call ride a beat naturally. See, some rappers, they don't know how to ride that beat. They force it. They try to force themselves on a beat, and it just doesn't line up. And if you do music, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, he got a lot of stuff against him, right? As a rapper, number one, he's an upstate Southsider. Okay, so it's going to be hard for anybody in Northern California that's a Northerner to really give him his due respect and support him. Okay, number two, being that he's an upstater, the down south, same rappers are not going to want him to surpass them. They're going to want to keep him down or pretty much to a certain level and not wish success upon him. There's a lot of haters in the rap game. We already know that. And you can tell Chito Rana has been hated on by his own people from down south for a minute. That's just my personal opinion. It's not that they don't show him respect or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? They just limit his growth, I feel. Now, remember, this is just my opinion. And one thing that you're going to get from me is my opinion is going to be unbiased. If someone could rap, I'm going to acknowledge it. They can rap. If I don't like their personality, I'm going to tell you, I don't like their personality. With him, like I said, it's easy to have hate towards Northanians and Northerners, right? Growing up being an upstater for himself, it's hard. You know what I'm saying? It gets dangerous out there. You know what I'm saying? The upstate Sudanos have always had a uphill battle from day one. And they're going to continue to have an uphill battle, right? But I think you got someone from upstate that really got that heat, man. That you got all these other rappers that are trying to fucking, copycat them. You got rappers from up north that want to be him or even want to create issues for clout. Like, apparently, I guess he got a little bit of conflict with a Bay Icon. These dudes ain't even close to his level at all. Now, see all these other cats, Gravedigger and all them are talking smack on him, man. Just to be honest with you, those dudes can't rap, man. They're clout chasing. That's just my personal opinion. That dude Gravedigger, he can't rap with this shit. He did the op shirt just to get attention, and now, he wants to fight Swifty Blues, and he wants to fight Chito Rana. I don't even know what all the beef started from, right? But to me, he's done nothing but clout chase since I've seen him. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, and he wanted to fight, what's his name, fucking Gold Toes, right? So he's reaching for anybody and everybody, man, trying to clout chase, right? That's just my personal opinion, man. If I was Chito, I wouldn't even give it a lot of these dudes even time or day. You know what I'm saying? They're not on his rap level, first of all. And you've seen how when he was associating with certain people, it was holding him back. I swear, I think a lot of these rappers, would utilize certain situations against him, and it would basically hold Chito Rana's back. Because like I said, man, I was shocked. And if you look at the views he got, that boy got fucking millions of views on some of the shit he's dropping, man. Now, the fact that Chito Rana is a Southsider, that does help him in certain ways. Like I said, right? There's rappers, like I said, in Northern California, in the Bay, the Valley, that shit on a lot of these rappers from down south, right? All day, like I said, there's very few that can fuck with bands, Acito, GB, Rico Too Smooth, and other cats, right? The only ones like I've seen so far that have any type of heat would be Chito and Rowdy Rex. Lefty Gunplay, nah. He's, to me, man, like, he's mediocre compared to some of the rappers from up north. I know he's getting a lot of the attention, right? But he is not on Chito Rana's fucking level. I will give Lefty this, though, right? The way he responded to Mexican OT. Because I felt Mexican OT fucking disrespected him when he called him a motherfucker in that fucking interview. That's calling someone out their name, and Lefty never ever took any shots towards Mexican OT. Now, I get that there's a little bit of a, area issues as far as, how Texas gets down and how California gets down, right? But there was no reason for Mexican OT to fucking even call Lucky a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? He could have just let it be, But I think that a lot of people are putting pressure on Mexican OT to rap with certain rappers, from California. And I think that the one issue that people maybe have with Mexican OT is, what is his response to fucking SPM? Is he in contact with him? Is he influenced by him? because that's going to get him attacked by California rappers all day. And I think that's why he's been responding to certain situations the way he does. Now, let's get back to Chito Ranas. I really don't know, dude, but I will say this. His few interviews that he's done in like the last week, man, he's kept it really cool, man. He's showed a different side to the individual that we've seen on Criminals podcast before, and in other interviews he did at that time, man, like where he was all over the place. You could tell he was loaded on drugs. I don't wish any downfall on anybody. Like I said, I hope all of these rappers succeed, right, and find their lane, right? So, I hope Chito Nas continues to do what makes him happy, right? And sooner or later, man, excuse me, sooner or later, these rappers from California, the awesome ones, there's going to have to be more than one that makes it mainstream, but the talent is definitely there. I'm starting to see more talent that's, from down south, and, we already know what I feel about the talent from up north. I'm a little bit, I guess you could say, biased, right? But you could deny that when it comes to Raza, Northern Cali rappers are fucking way better than Southern Cali rappers. That's my personal opinion. I know I'm going to get a little hate for that, but oh well. But it's kind of ironic that one of the best Southside rappers, right, which I put Chito Ranas and Rowdy Rax right up there together, is from Upstate. It's from Northern California, to be honest. Tap into some of the interviews, man. If you didn't know anything about him, man, look into him, man, because what I see right here is someone that's no different than any one of us, man. Sometimes we have a tendency to prejudge people based upon the fact that they're our opposition. And sometimes they do the same as well. With that said, a comics reaction, I'm out.